Someone hit me up with this exact message. Crying emoji. Good morning, sir. Crying emoji. What do you do when you're behind schedule? Like way behind schedule in terms of reading? And I went on to answer her and explain things to her in a 5 to 6 minutes voice note on WhatsApp. After I did that, I thought to myself, wow, this is actually good content and I should share this with other legends, because many students in one way or the other always fall behind. Hey legends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Myke and I'm a Nigerian medical student currently. Let's go back. And I'm a fourth year Nigerian medical student currently at Bowen University. And on this channel, I share my journey, document my findings so that we can all live better, legendary and productive lives even in school and after school. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you're falling behind, the first thing you need to do is to assess the situation. Don't start panicking or jumping up and down, because you will just get more disorganized and even fall behind some more. What I mean by assess the situation, the first question you need to ask is, why did I fall behind? Before you start answering that question, just know that it happens to over 80% of students in school. Something comes up and then they're not able to study and everything begins to pile up. Maybe you fell ill, maybe you resumed school late, maybe a family issue came up that made you to leave school, or probably you were not just prudent enough with your time management skills and then you ended up doing some other things when you could have been studying. And just when you get that, just accept that yes, you've made that mistake or something has happened which was either way beyond your control or even in your control that you didn't handle very well, and then I have to take the responsibility and try my best to come back strong. After you found out why you fell behind, the next question you should ask is, how far behind am I? You have lecture notes of 3 weeks piled up for you to study. How many? Don't just say, oh, I need to study cardiovascular physiology, or I'm way behind in cardiovascular physiology. That makes everything look so broad and may even add more anxiety to you trying to study and catch up, and you may end up in the analysis paralysis mode where you are thinking that yes, you have so many things to do, when in fact you have probably just some little things to do. You end up not even trying to do anything. So instead, this is what you are meant to do. So look at that course and then begin to list out the topics that you have not read and they have covered in the classroom. So let's say you have not read erythropoiesis, hemopoiesis, anemia, packed cell volume, wait, am I saying one for serious? Oh my god, I'm saying blood. Anyways, blood pressure, cardiac cycle, and all those things. Just list out the topics that you have not read and then assign a bit of time to each one. And what I normally do is, if I should assign a time, there's something I call the 20-minute rule, where I add extra 20 minutes to whatever task I'm giving myself to do. This is because we end up overestimating how much you can get done in a little time and underestimating how much you can get done in a longer period of time. When I look at everything and look at all the topics and assign different minutes or hours that I need to cover up that topic, I then look at it and spread them out within days. Legendary tip which I'll give you is that before you even start going through your lecture notes or going through the textbooks to try and catch up on what you may have missed, try to watch some YouTube videos, probably at a faster speed, like 1.5x speed if you have not, or 1.25x speed, and then increase the speed slowly so that you can finish the video faster and maybe get a basic understanding of whatever that topic is talking about. That way, when you go to your lecture notes to begin studying, looking in depth into the material, everything will just begin to flow because you already have a basic understanding like you were in a class, because that's how most YouTube lectures are. They handle it like you're in a class, and you can watch various lectures and find the one that you really understand. Read your lecture materials and with your textbooks, and you just end up being faster and covering up whatever you need to cover in a shorter period of time. If you feel like this first idea which I gave you is going to make you catch up already, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't. Come on. So the next thing you need to do is spread out those topics within days, within a time frame in which you know that you would have gotten yourself back. If your exams are already closed, you will know that you need to study more topics in a particular number of time. I really don't advise people to study everything in one sitting, because you would not remember that material, you would forget more, you would become frustrated, you will get burnt out, and you feel like you've wasted the entire day. So spread those topics among different days. So, oh, okay, I can read cardiac cycle in 60 minutes plus 20 minutes in 80 minutes. So on Monday, I'm going to read up cardiac cycle for 80 minutes. On Tuesday, I'm going to read up blood pressure for 30 minutes, and 30 plus 20 minutes, that's for 15 minutes, and then just spread it out within those days and arrange the sort of way that before the exam period you would have covered up on everything you may have missed. However, you should note this: nobody stops because you are lagging behind. Your lecturers won't stop coming to class to give you even more lectures, and even school won't stop for you to like catch up. Then we'll continue. Everybody, just as time keeps going, information may still keep coming at you. Because of that, you need to build a system in place. What do I mean by a system in place? I mean a study routine, so that you can easily review the study material immediately after your lecture and prevent yourself from falling behind like you did the last time. Or you can simply even get your lecture schedule, what they're going to teach you in class the next day, watch a YouTube video before you get to class. When you get to class, participate actively, and then after the class you just end up spending, because you participated actively, you just end up spending a little time consolidating that information and maybe teaching it to someone else, because teaching it to other people means you have fully understood the material. When you are able to do that, you would feel more at peace with the current information coming in, while you've already set up a study time for things which you have missed back in the past. I rightly encourage people to not try to stay on their own. There are other people who are obviously in your class who are obviously facing the same problem with you, but you can help each other, in which someone will learn one topic and another person learns another topic, and you teach this person and the other person teaches you, and there's just this collaboration that happens. School is meant for collaboration. You can't be an island and say, oh, you want to do everything on your own. And that's why I really love using Notion. I can remember when I was in my intercalated year, I would set up active recall questions for myself and then share it to someone else, and the person uses it, and if the person is falling behind, the person can easily use it and catch up, and all those kind of things. So just find a way to collaborate with your friends, or even if the person is not your friend, like just have a study buddy, you end up becoming friends with the person that way. Another wonderful thing you need to do is to watch this vlog over here where I was feeling behind and I tried catching up. I also check this playlist right here of all my study tips, and with that I say stay legendary.